Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all are doing well. I am here to discuss making books. Now, I got this a while back for $1.99. I'm not sure if it was on sale or not. And we have some cards in here. So, what I want to show you is how and why I purchased these. First of all, you all know that I like to go thrifting to find different craft projects that I may not have ever seen because some of you have been crafting and you decide that you want to change up your stuff and you get rid of it. So this one's a holiday greeting and it's Hallmark invitations. And this thing looks like it's an older set of cards. So we're going to just sit this to the side for now. And then our next thing is so this is all looks like all Christmas cards. Okay, so Miracles of Christmas. We got One Solitary Life from Mother. So it has a whole bunch of stuff in here. She didn't date it though. I don't know who Mother is. My mom be like, yo, mama. And so 'twas the night before Christmas, and this is all foiled, and that's blank. And then we have these Hope Greeting Habitat.org, and we got this thing right here. We got this cute little one. So that's two that we have. Then we got Peace on Earth. May His love fill your heart with joy and peace. Then we got Mary and Jesus, the three wise men, Mary and Jesus again, and Joseph. Or is this a lamb? No, that's the baby. And then more Jesus. And then we have this. So these are all Christmas cards, as you all could tell. And what I am going to do with them is destroy them because that's what we do. And you know that. If you didn't know that's what we did, now you know. So for $1.99, I think that's a really good deal. If I had Christmas parties and invited my only friends, I probably would not even need all 8 invitations. And I'm okay with that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take these and I am going to turn them inside out because I don't care about the writings. I care about this. Yeah? Then this one. So if you have old cards, not some cards that people have made for you and sent you, but old cards that you have, you could definitely do this. So what I'm taking is I'm taking the inside of the card and I'm folding it and I'm gonna reburnish the edging. This and this. You see how this is bigger? All these cards are off. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and cut them down to the size that we would like. Okay, so I've decided that I want to have this as the front cover. Okay, so I'm going to measure out our smallest one. I'm going to cut all of them down just a scotch, okay? Just a scotch because they should be 4.5, excuse me, 4.25 by 5.5 measurements, but they're off some. So let's see what's going on. We will not finish this project today. It is a Christmas craft. So yeah, maybe we'll see the rest on Christmas. Not on Christmas, but on the 25th. So this is 4.25 right there. Okay. And it's crooked. So this should be 5.5. And it's not, it's 6. So, oh my goodness. So what we're gonna do is just cut it down to what we need it to be. 4.25. You see how it's almost 4.5? Okay. So let's go ahead and cut this down. Sometimes I wonder about charity cards and things like this. Let me show you the difference, okay, before you say, what are you talking about? This is an A2 size card. This is not an A2 size card, okay? So this is roughly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is more. So we have a lot of wiggle room to get what we need, okay? And if you're wondering, do I have my little card thing? Yeah. So this is our flip book from the Halloween one that we've done. And you see the difference. So that's really good for me because I don't have to stress about it need to be even and all this other good stuff. So let's go ahead and do it 4 1/4. It still needs to be even, but now I don't have to stress because it was already off. And 5 1/2. So we're gonna just cut. So we need 5 1/2, but I'm gonna cut a little bit from the top and then a little bit from the bottom to equal up to the 5 1/2. Same with this one. I want more of this, so let's go ahead and cut this down to 4 1/4. And you can see it's kind of uneven right here as well. That's okay. So now we're gonna cut this down. And this is gonna be 5 1/2. And then the same thing with this little snow globe. So I'm gonna open this back up so I can make sure I'm doing what I need to do for it. Okay. So we're gonna cut this down 4 1/4. It's been months. It's time. That thing is getting on my nerves. It's not allowing me to line my stuff up. And we cannot have that when we're trying to fix something for our own benefit. All right, so that's 4 1/4. Ah, I couldn't. It's not. It wasn't avoidable. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this down. Let's see where we are at. 5 1/2. Right there. Now they all should line up, not perfectly, because I'm over here cutting it, but pretty decent. Something is still off, so hold on. Let's reburnish them. I know what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna get stressed out over this project because we're only making a base anyway. We're not doing the whole complete thing. What is off? Is it this card? No, it's that one. No, it's this card. It's crooked as heck. Okay, let's burnish them all down again. Look, it's crooked. Somehow, it's the fold. It's not me though. See right here? If I could get these lined up, I don't care about that. Okay. It's still off. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. You ready? So we're gonna glue these back to back. Then we have this one page we need to fix. Then we're gonna open this up and we're gonna glue these back to back. And then we have this one page we need to fix. Okay. But I think I want the snow globe like that. Now, because somehow the snow globe is the problem. Oh, it's the little kids one, huh? The little. I am so confused on how that is a thing. It could just be my cutting. So I'm gonna recut it. It's all the way to the line at the top, okay? 4 1/4. Yeah, this card is crooked. So let's go ahead and see if we can't even it out a little bit. And try to even this thing out too. Let's see. Okay. I refuse to be stressed out about a fun project, okay, y'all? All right, so let's go ahead and glue this down. And what I'm going to try my best to do is get the edges to be equal. Nicholas. I was talking to a friend about pets and them not being with us, right? And I was saying that Nicholas is getting up there in age, right? Because according to his adoption stuff, he was born in 2012, the same year my mom passed away. And I was telling the person, I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not mentally prepared for him not to be here anymore because he was my. I still did it, didn't I? Yep, you still did it. He was my is he was my comfort animal to help me get through the pain of my mom not being here. Um, and so he and the guy and I were talking, and I was like, I'm not really prepared for that. And he was like, no one ever is. Like he said, but because he has talked about one of his pets before, and just thinking about that makes me really sad because Nicholas is an old man kitty cat, right? He's very persnickety. He likes to be fed at a specific time. Usually, it's not the time of feeding because you all know he is on a special diet because he had a little bladder infection a long time ago now. But so he's stuck on that food the whole time, and it's just interesting. So we had went to PetSmart this week. I think it was Monday we went. Yep, Monday. To get, and today is what's today? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. We had went there to get his cat food, and it was a problem just getting the food because the first technician I spoke to didn't send the right. They sent nothing. The second one sent just their medical history, and the third one sent the paperwork. And so the technician at Bainfield is what it's called at PetSmart was like, Bainfield Vet is what their vet thing is called. So what I have decided to do is just cut this down, y'all. Don't. I'm not stressed, okay? And I should have just did that in the first place. Cause why be stressed? I had to have done something along with the manufacturer of these cards. Anyway, and I didn't want him to be last, but that's okay. Um, I told her, I said, the vet said I can feed him something else besides this Purina urinary SO. And she was like, what? Like, she wasn't rude. She was not rude at all. She said, I have to go check. And so she went back. She was like, yeah, you're right. And I'm sitting there thinking, ma'am, this is my cat. I've been dealing with this for a while now. And I tried to explain to her, I said, I had asked the vet. I left my, so I, long, let me get to that. I left my scissors in the kitchen. My yellow scissors that I used to cut his cat food open just now. Anyway, um, that's crazy. Um, the technician, she finally came back and was like, "Yep, blah blah blah, la la la." And I was like, "Yeah, I've been dealing with Nicholas for a long time." I said I tried to talk the vet into letting me not use prescription cat food anymore, but he wasn't buying it, and I'm sure, I am 100% sure, even if no one's told me this, that the vets get a kickback from some type of kickback from the cat food or the pet food industry for selling and or promoting a specific brand. So yeah, it needs to be prescribed. So I have to wait on the prescription form. Then I have to take it to the front desk, and then she has to pull my information up. Long story short, that's what we went through on Monday. So it's a little bit crooked right here, and you know what? I'm okay with that. We could put some lace or whatever. We can deck the halls, okay? Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. I think I have a few unfinished Christmas projects that we need to revisit. I'm gonna let this dry up really well, and then when we come back, we're going to fix this because I don't like it. I don't like how it's looking. It's not straight enough for me. I know the person that can't cut straight is complaining about something not being straight, but it needs to be smooth. And the problem is, if I keep chopping it down, it's going to look even more weird when we start decorating it because now I have to specially make the papers extra small or whatever. So I'll probably just do a 4 by 5 situation, and then we'll have to ink up our edges and do something with that. But I just don't like the way it's like not overhanging, but all like willy nilly weird looking. Anyway, oh, I can't figure out the front again. Okay, there we go. That is our project for today. Incomplete project, but it's a project nonetheless. We'll come back and visit this, and then we'll get back into our cards. Let me show y'all the flower cards that we were talking about. Now I have an issue with that. I have been sitting here trying to figure out if I want to emboss on here or not, and I don't think I'll be able to emboss here. But this is what we're gonna be working on when we get back into the card. So we have a few projects that we can complete. Anyway, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.